So I can actually max this machine out to 4 megabytes of RAM. I mean, this thing is going to be screaming with power. Like, I sleep with this thing at night, it's so powerful. It's amazing. Hey, it's Klayton, and one of the key moments in my life that I could look back on as far as my career is concerned that really was a game changer for me was the day that I bought my very first Macintosh computer. And it was recommended to me by someone I knew who had been producing and said, look man, you're doing it the hard way. You're using these antiquated sequencers in these keyboards. Get a Mac, it will simplify your life. And although that wasn't entirely true because it does complicate my life sometimes, it definitely changed the game for me. So my original Mac Classic had 1 megabyte of RAM, a 40 megabyte hard drive, black and white 6.5 inch screen, something like that. And I love and cherish it, and I will keep it for as long as I live. And recently, the hard drive's been failing on it. So I came across something, a format called SCSI to SD, which I've actually started replacing a lot of my old SCSI drives in my samplers because it allows you to use an SD card via SCSI, which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. It's just old technology replaced with new technology, and it just gives new life to old machines. So I discovered that I could do that same thing for my Mac Classic. So I decided, hey, I'm going to go change out my hard drive with a 2 terabyte SD card, which was unheard of. I had a 40 megabyte hard drive up to a 2 terabyte drive. No comparison. So as I power up my Mac Classic, I'm looking at basically a black and white checkerboard screen, which I had never seen before. A quick Google search told me that my capacitors are leaking all over the board, and the only way to really solve that is either put the board, the logic board, in the dishwasher, which is a temporary fix, and I've seen people do it, look it up online, it works. Or I could get it recapped, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this board recapped. So I actually pulled the machine apart for the first time in my life ever, and for the first time, firsthand, saw the guts of my own Macintosh Classics. So here's the logic board, and you can just pull off a few things on here and literally put this in your dishwasher, let it dry for a couple of days, put it back in, and the Mac will work. The screen will be fixed. But these caps, these silver things, have been leaking fluid as they do, and so they need to be replaced, and I'm going to go do that and probably replace the battery. And then I'm going to upgrade the hard drive. And what I also notice is that I've got these 2 slots that I never knew existed for RAM upgrade, so I can actually max this machine out to 4 megabytes. So there you go, I kind of pulled this apart, saw the guts, which basically this is almost like a CRT television. It probably is a CRT television. I'm not an engineer, so I couldn't really tell you. There's a bunch of stuff that I was told never to touch because that's where all the electricity comes and will kill you. Here is my failing hard drive, which basically works 1 out of every 3 times I boot. So I know that it needs to be replaced, and what I'll end up doing is getting rid of that and replacing it with this tiny little board and an SD card that will power this whole machine. And I'm actually considering upgrading the RAM. So really, by the time I'm done getting this recapped, new hard drive, and a RAM upgrade, I might just get rid of my 2013 Mac, trash can Mac, throw that out, put this back on my desk, and start using this again. Thanks for hanging out with me and taking a peek into my Mac Classic. I don't know if you learned anything, but it is kind of intriguing to look at how technology used to be built and what it looked like inside. So until next time, this is Klayton, aka Celldweller, Scandroid, Circle of Dust, signing off.